Hi everyone and welcome back to Jill and Hugh Barbecue. Today's Valentine's Day and we've decided to do another Cote Du Boeuf. But this time we're not going to marinate it, we're not going to reverse sear it, we're going to sear it to start with and then we're going to cook it until we get an internal temperature of 54 degrees on the Big Joe 3. To start with, I'm going to cover it lightly with extra virgin olive oil. And then we're going to put our rub on it, and our rub is made up of equal parts of kosher salt, black pepper, and then half that quantity of onion granules, garlic granules, and half that quantity again of bourbon smoked paprika. So let's start with a light coating of olive oil. This is for no other reason other than to make our rub stick to it. Put that over there. Right, now for the rub. This is a big piece of meat. This weighs 1.2 kilos. It's 2.5–3 fingers thick. So it will take a fair bit of rub. Let's pat the rub on, make sure it sticks. And we're going to leave this now at room temperature just for this rub to soak into it. And while that's happening, I'm going to go outside on the patio. I'm going to light our Big Joe 3, which we're going to cook it on, and I'm also going to light our Joe Junior because I'm going to sear it on the Joe Junior first, and we're going to cook it until we reach an internal temperature of 54 degrees C. I'm going to light the Big Joe 3. I've got 2, 4, 5 fire lighters in the fire basket. We'll light these, and then I'm going to light the Joe Junior. Our beef has now sat for about half an hour, and our Joe Junior is up to 300 degrees centigrade, which is a searing temperature. So I'm now going to put the meat on to sear each side for 2 minutes. That's 1 minute, quarter turn, 1 minute, flip it, 1 minute, quarter turn, 1 minute, then take it off. Burp the grill, put our steak on, close it. Right, that's our first minute done, so we'll burp the grill and we're going to give it a quarter turn. There we go. Okay, burp the grill, now it gets a flip. One minute. Right, that's a minute. Burp the grill. Quarter turn. Last minute. Okay, that was it. End of. I see we've got some beautiful grilled char marks on there. So now we're going to put our beef on the Big Joe. So we're going to burp him, open him up. Now, I've got 2 pieces of smoking wood. This is whiskey oak. It's an old whiskey barrel that's been finished with, and we're now going to use it to flavour our beef. So the lid goes on the slow roller. I'm going to put the grill grates on in the second position down, which would normally be the highest. Like that. And now we're going to put our Cote Du Boeuf on here to cook. There we are.
So we thought we would just have some fried onions with our steak. So we've just got a mixture of red and white onion and a couple of tomatoes with some thyme and salt just to go with it. So we're just going to put those in there with the steak and come back when it's done.
Well, our Cote Du Boeuf has reached a temperature of 54 degrees C internal. So we've pulled it off, we've covered it in foil and let it rest for about 10 minutes. And now we're gonna slice it and see what it looks like. So I'm gonna start by cutting the bone out. And this we can chew on later. Now I'm going to cut it across the grain, and the grain is running that way, so here we go. Ooh. I'm going to turn this around so you can actually see what we're cutting.
That's nicely cooked.
And I think before we slice any more, we're going to have to try a little bit from the middle right here. Okay.
That does look, thank you, really nicely cooked. Cheers.
Cheers.
Very juicy.
We cooked this and we smoked it over whiskey oak. And I think
That's really picked up that flavour actually.
you can really, really taste the whiskey oak in that, can't you?
You can. The rub is subdued, it's not in your face, is it? I get a little bit of the paprika because it was actually smoked paprika that I put in that rub. It wasn't just standard, which is rather nice. It's nice. And it is juicy. Is it as juicy as the one we marinated in bourbon?
Well, we reverse seared that, so this possibly... Oh, look. That.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I always thought I was a fan of searing it initially rather than the reverse sear. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. What do you think?
This
It's very tender. This is very tender.
This is tender. This is juicy. You can really, really taste the smoke in this.
It's certainly not overcooked.
Oh my goodness, no.
But you can actually taste the meat a bit more with this. The beefiness.
I have to try that.
Because it didn't have a marinade.
That bit there has got
yeah, that looks really nice, that bit. Yeah, it looks good. Well done. Okay, and so we've got our onions as well. I think the pan's a bit hot still, but they've cooked down quite nicely.
So these we cooked on the Big Joe as well.
On the Joe, just with a little bit of oil. And the tomatoes, they're just keeping warm. Yeah, they cook quite nicely on it as well. So with chips.
With the exception of the chips, we cooked everything on the Kamado Joe.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's nice.
That's a lovely bit of claret. It's a Mouton Cadet special offer in Morrison's. So, thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a big thumbs up down there. Please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next edition. Thank you for watching.